We're going to bring you another game from the Gamecom Open Tournament. This is an open tournament free to register for everyone. There are $2,000 in prizes at the end of the tournament, so tune in for the finals that will be casted by HD StarCraft himself. This is from the round 2, and Silent Ghost is the submitter of this replay. We have casted his first round games, and he made it through 2-0 in that series. This one will be a TVT on Shattered Temple, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And by the way, I just made a Google Plus account, so if you want an invite to Google Plus, just send me an email. I will send you an invite, and I will friend you on Google Plus, their new social network. It actually looks pretty good, so don't hesitate to send me an email if you want an invitation. This is an MLG version of the map, so there are no close spawns. Unfortunately, Silent Ghost doesn't seem to know that. He is throwing down a barracks, as well as Mike not opting to wall off, though he already has a gas up and mining, so we might be seeing some fast tech. That gas is quite fast. It was actually up and running before the barracks was even finished. So I'm curious to see what will come out from Mike in this build. I don't know what levels these players are. I know Silent Ghost is actually a platinum player, I think. I remember from his last game, but we'll just have to wait and see once again what happens in this game. Already a factory and a second gas coming up from Mike, so this is some kind of tech build, but as well as for Silent Ghost, not opting to get his second gas, so we will most likely see some Cloak Banshees here from Mike, getting the gas so fast. He already has 200 gas saved up, so look for a Tech Lab and a Starport to start soon, and there it is, the Starport. So we will be seeing some Banshees out here, most likely will with Cloak because of that early gas. Meanwhile, a command center already for Silent Ghost, so very fast. He will need a lot of Marines though to actually defend this, actually getting his own Starport, so we might be seeing double Banshees here by both these players. Unfortunately, Silent Ghost's Banshees will be just a bit later here, starting with the Viking by Mike. Very particular play here, not swapping the factory with the Tech Lab, just this factory with the Starport just yet. Now getting a reactor actually on the Starport, so we might actually just be seeing some drops here. Double Starport right now for Silent Ghost instead of making a Tech Lab or a reactor on these factories. So very particular play here by both these players. You can see that Silent Ghost with his spooky little army is already making his way across the map to try and harass. Two tanks will be able to deny these Hellions though, but they could get a few shots off on these Marines. See, they actually do get some nice shots. He will lose 2 Hellions against a handful of Marines, so quite an even trade here. You can see that actually Silent Ghost losing a bit more, but without Marines, Mike can't actually push out. And now that there is a Raven being started already by Silent Ghost, and he does have that expansion up and turning into an orbital command, so you have to give the small edge to Silent Ghost. Although he is behind on harvesters, he will be able to actually close down that gap very fast with that second command center. Mike just now starting his own, forced to turtle in this game. Now 2 Vikings out on the map, a third barracks right now, and I am actually having a huge deja vu moment right now. It is kind of weird. One turret actually getting thrown up in the mineral line. He does not want to get any kind of Banshee harass. He is right to expect it because he did have 2 gas very early and saw that Starport, but it has not been swapped just yet with that Tech Lab, so we won't be seeing any Banshees just now. 1 Banshee coming up for Silent Ghost, finally a Banshee. Gonna make his way eventually to the opponent base without Cloak, but there are no turrets here to detect it, although these 3 Vikings should be enough to thwart them away. Engineering bay now just starting for Mike, and actually I think Silent Ghost is a bit further ahead just because of this single expansion. We'll be able to get that mule up that much faster, but no more SCVs being produced here by Silent Ghost. 2 now in queue, but he has stopped SCV production for a while, and he really needs to catch up fast, because once this orbital command lifts up and gets to the natural expansion, he might actually fall behind. He does have a bit of a deficit in supply, but he does have the tech advantage with that Raven. He could make something happen, especially since he does have that very fast moldable army. Do these Hellions have pre-igniter? I don't think they do. It has not been researched yet. Still no siege tanks out for Silent Ghost, so he will have a lot of trouble engaging this army. That Banshee could do a lot of damage, but there are still 3 or 4 Vikings out on the field right now for his opponent. There are 4 Vikings, 1 in production, so those will be easy. They will easily take care of the Banshee. It will all come down to positioning. Actually, he is gearing up, looks like, for a drop here in the main base. It's loading up a handful of Marines, 1 Hellion, leaving the tank behind, and he will try and drop. He will get intercepted by these Vikings though, and that will be huge. These Vikings not targeting the dropship, and that is one blunder. He does eventually get it, only unloading a single Hellion and a Marine here in the main base. That won't do enough damage, and now Silent Ghost is actually looking very far behind at this point because he lost that entire army to these Vikings. Not a good place you want to be. Now Mike could actually just push up here and do huge damage. There are no attacking units left, or barely any attacking units left for Silent Ghost. He is getting a 3rd command center, so that is how he's going to come back in this game. He's going to just mass produce SCVs and get his income further ahead and further ahead, but he is still behind on this income tab, so really I have to give the straight up advantage to Mike right now. He does have a bigger army, he has bigger income, he has bigger everything. He is going to move out here on the map. These 2 Hellions are going to get intercepted in the middle of the map, going to take control of Mike watchtower, and these tanks, once they siege up right here in the front of the base, there is no stopping them. Only 1 tank. He could actually A-move without even sieging up here and do huge damage. The Vikings actually not following this army, still in the middle of the map, gonna siege up here right in front of the base, gonna be able to take out these tanks, and that's gonna be game soon enough. There is no way that actually Silent Ghost can hold this. These tanks could just move, and there it is. GG. We are gonna go into game 2 from these 2 players, so tune in for that.